Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a concept that is so simple, yet so unbelievably powerful that it can genuinely change the entire atmosphere of any room you walk into. We're going to unpack a story that perfectly captures exactly how our everyday, seemingly tiny choices impact all the people around us.
So, think about this for a second. Can one tiny act of kindness literally change everything? Like flip someone's entire day upside down in the best way possible? It's a huge question, right? Well, to help us figure this out, we're going to walk through a story about three awesome forest friends. We've got Benny, who's this incredibly cheerful little rabbit, Olivia, a highly observant and wise owl, and Henry, a rather shy hedgehog. And by following their little adventure, we're going to see exactly how that big question gets answered.
Section 1. The Forest Friends, a busy morning choice. Okay, picture this. You've got Benny the rabbit, and he is in a massive rush to get to a fun picnic with his friends. He's super excited. But suddenly, out of nowhere, he spots Henry the hedgehog. And poor Henry is just struggling, trying to lug this insanely heavy basket of apples. He looks totally exhausted. Benny stops dead in his tracks. He looks at Henry sweating over this basket, and then he looks over at where his awesome picnic is happening. He is totally torn. I mean, what do? Do you go have a blast with your friends, or do you stop and do the hard work of helping?
Moving on to Section 2. The Magic Seed. Wisdom from an Owl.
So, right at this moment when Benny is totally stuck, Olivia, the wise owl of the forest, gently swoops down, and she drops this absolutely brilliant metaphor on him. She says, kindness is like planting a tiny seed. At first, it looks small, but one day it grows into a big, beautiful tree. I just love that. Hearing this, it totally clicks for Benny. He smiles, makes the choice to skip that fun picnic, and actually helps Henry carry those heavy apples safely home. And honestly, because of that one choice, Henry just couldn't stop smiling.
Which brings us to Section 3. Kindness comes back. The ripple effect.
All right, fast forward to literally the very next day. We're going to see exactly what happens to that tiny seed Benny planted. Benny is having a great time building himself a brand new toy wagon, and then, crack. One of the wheels just breaks right off. Now the tables have turned, right? Benny is the one feeling super sad and completely discouraged. But guess who happens to stroll by at that exact moment? Yep, Henry the hedgehog. And he's carrying a whole set of wooden tools. Henry looks at him and says, "Remember when you helped me yesterday? Well, now it's my turn to help you." And together, using Henry's tools, they completely fix the wagon. Benny realizes something absolutely crucial right here. Helping others, it almost always inspires them to help you right back. It's the law of reciprocity in full action. That little seed he planted just a day ago literally grew into the exact help he needed today. So how does this actually translate to our own lives?
Let's look at Section 4. Your real-life choices. The classroom dilemma.
Okay, put yourself in this scenario. You're walking down the hallway at school and bam, a classmate accidentally drops all their pencils and papers everywhere on the floor. You are instantly in Benny's shoes. You've got two choices here. Choice 1, walk away and pretend you didn't see it. Or choice 2, stop and help pick them up. Ask yourself, which choice is actually going to create a smile? Helping pick up a few pencils only takes what? 10 seconds of your time? It is such a tiny investment, but that tiny seed, that can make your friend feel happy and supported for the entire rest of the day.
All right, Section 5. 3 easy ways. Everyday kindness.
So, now that we know kindness creates this wild ripple effect, how do we actually intentionally practice it? Well, here is our super simple roadmap for everyday kindness. 1. Share. 2. Use kind words. 3. Help without being asked. I know, these sound like really basic concepts, right? But believe me, they're incredibly powerful tools when you consistently use them. Let's break each of these down real quick.
First up on the list, sharing. Look, if you've got extra crowns, some spare supplies, or maybe an extra snack and you see someone who doesn't have any, share it. The physical act of handing something over to someone else is such a direct, tangible way to show you actually care. You're basically saying, hey, I see you and I want you to have what I have.
Number 2, use kind words. Honestly, it is so incredibly easy to let grumpy or hurtful words slip out, especially when we're stressed out. But phrases like, great job, or can I help you, or just a genuine thank you, they are completely free to use. They cost you absolutely nothing, but they are incredibly valuable to the person hearing them.
One tiny compliment or offer to help can literally change the entire trajectory of someone's afternoon.
And our third way, and this one is a real game changer, help without being asked. This is what I call next-level kindness. It means actively observing the world around you. If you notice someone struggling, don't wait for them to awkwardly ask for help. Just jump in. Open a heavy door for someone whose hands are full. Help clean up a mess even if you weren't the one who made it. Or channel your inner Benny the Rabbit and carry something heavy for someone who looks tired. These little unprompted actions, they make a massive, massive difference.
This brings us to Section 6, today's Kindness Challenge, making the world better.
If we jump back to our forest friends for a second, everyone was smiling because you don't need to be the biggest, the smartest, or the strongest person to help. You literally just need a kind heart. And that brings us to this absolutely beautiful final thought from Olivia the Owl. She said, "Kindness is the only magic that becomes stronger every time you share it." I really want you to let that sink in for a minute. Think about it. Most things run out when you give them away, right? But kindness uniquely multiplies. The more you give it away to others, the stronger it gets in your community, in your school, and in your own life.
So, let's bring this home. I have an actual challenge for you today. Can you do just one kind thing before this day is over? Just one. It can be the whole shebang or something super tiny. Help your parents out with a random chore around the house, share a toy or a special treat with your brother or sister, or, you know what? Simply make it your personal mission today to make just one person smile. And I want to leave you thinking about this final, lingering question. What kind thing did you do today? Really think about it, go actually act on it, and then I would absolutely love for you to drop down into the comments and tell us all about your act of kindness. Let's share that magic. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Be sure to like, subscribe, and join us for our next adventure where we'll unpack and learn something totally new together. Catch you next time.